Hey guys, it's GirlGotGame and welcome back to Psychedelica of the Ashen Hawk. Today we are doing the Traveler's ending, which is our second last ending if you can believe it. And it should have something to do with Hugh because he is our mysterious traveler. But before we get into the ending, I forgot to go and check the notes after finishing his ending, like the Hugh ending. And then I did the heroine ending, so we've got two new notes to read. And I assume after doing Travelers, we'll probably get the third ending as well. So I thought, let's do this first, and then we'll jump into the actual proper Traveler's ending. So first, let's read To the Flower. Water. Okay. Of course, I have no idea whose perspective this is from. All I hear is water, so I guess we'll just have to go with it and see.
Everything around me was dim. My eyes weren't covered, nor did it suddenly become night. It was similar to the hazy sensation of a dream right before awakening, and it continued on without any end in sight. I see. I'll finally wake up from this dream.
Oh. Interesting. Out of everybody that I was thinking it might be, Ulgar was not who I was expecting. Well, how fun.
It'll finally be over. I mumbled that without thinking. What was the emotion I was feeling? Relief? Regret? Or perhaps there was no emotion, simply emptiness. I didn't know what was inside of my own heart.
Hi. Oh, so it wasn't water, you were crying. Interesting.
May I ask why you are crying?
Suddenly, there was a man standing next to me. It was Haku, the man who had served me for years. Now I remembered clearly. This was the man who told me of the Kaleidovia. His sudden appearance didn't surprise me anymore, but I was more confused by what he just said. Crying.
You've been crying this whole time, until you ran out of tears. No. Even after they've run out, you continue to do so.
Though I thought he was speaking nonsense, it strangely made sense to me. I see. So I had been crying since that day. In the end, I could do nothing. That was why I cried. Because I had accomplished nothing, my tears could not be stopped. I wished to see Arya. To see the dead. Was that wrong? Was that my sin?
That's not a sin. It's a natural wish to have.
The man in front of me absolved me. But what of it? Those empty words brought neither comfort nor atonement.
You made a wish. And because of that, the craze of the magical stone eroded away your sanity. That could not be helped. But if I had to bring up one sin, it was that you murdered your friend.
Yes, that was my sin, without a doubt. Apris did not need to die. There was no reason for me to kill him. And my wife was murdered by my own sister. She was dragged into the fray in a fit of passion. And I exiled my own friend into oblivion. And Francisca also was dragged into my lunacy.
But your friends don't hate you.
Impossible.
It's true. Although there's no way for you to find out now. Look at that.
The man pointed in a certain direction. From there, I could see a ray of light amidst the hazy darkness. could it be my awakening was approaching? Or perhaps eternal slumber?
This is the light you have created, and the light that they have nurtured. Your beloved wife bore your child. Your sister raised her. And your friend protected her.
That's true. I never thought about that fact. That everyone that Algar cared about was involved in the raising of his daughter. That's pretty interesting.
This is a drawbridge where everything is connected. Your children have achieved what you have passed down. All I did was watch over them and write about it.
The light grew stronger.
I should be more proper with my words in times like these. Now, go. What you desire is there.
Arya? Is Arya waiting? Ah, snowdrop field, eh? And butterflies. Delightful.
The light became a path. Past that path, flowers bloomed and butterflies fluttered about. And there she was, the one I remembered. The one I desired so much was there.
I think I'm gonna cry. I'm emotional that they're reuniting. Like...
Arya!
Olgar?
Oh, they're back. Mom and Dad are back together. Yay. There's even a CG. Oh, they're young again. Look at his Sephiroth feathers flying away. Amazing. I can't believe there's a CG in the notes. Aw. She welcomed you back. She didn't abandon you or anything after everything that happened. She was just waiting. Ah, my heart. I love that.
Is it really you, Olgar?
Yes. Yes! It's me! I'm sorry. It's because
It's all right. I just remembered. I'm here because I believe in you. I knew that you would come for me. I believed that you would call my name once more.
Arya!
Welcome back, Olgar. Now, let's go.
Yay! She was waiting to cross over until he joined her because she believed in him. And Hugh reunited them. Thank you, Hugh.
The man went to the path of light. There was no need to turn back anymore. What the man desired was right there. But I couldn't go there. The traveler could only show the way.
Well, it's appropriate. I'm doing the traveler's end, I guess. So you can direct people, but you yourself cannot cross over. Interesting.
I envied that just a little bit. I envied how you could once again see the person you desire.
I don't blame you for being envious. So I wonder if that takes place after Lucas's end? Where he kills himself? That's kind of where I would imagine it happening. Anyway, that was delightful. I'm thrilled. Now, if T kind of had like a somewhat, like more of a proper ending the last ending we did, but she still hasn't had like an ending yet. So if I get like an ending for my girl T, I'm going to be super thrilled. That's all I'll say. Anyway, Ashen Nieces or Nices? I have no idea. I've never seen this word before. But let's see what this note is. And of course I don't know who it is yet, so I'll have to find out. The boy had changed, For as long as he remembered, he had different sensibilities from the others. Do not pick the flowers too roughly. Do not kill birds in vain. Even such concepts so easily understood by others were not understood by the boy. Why not? He asked. The incident that later befell him may have been an inevitability. One day the boy gravely injured a child. The child belonged to a clan who was hostile toward his own. Interesting. Okay. So, this is probably... So, Apris gravely hurt Hugh as a child, which means that Hugh would have been part of the Hawk clan, right? Yes. Okay, so Hugh was part of the Hawk clan. Good to know. I guess that makes sense that he works for them. Was he friends with Ulgar and then Ulgar forgot about him and so he's like, I'm your servant now, my name is Haku. Wolf adults.
He's not human!
This is detestable! He's like a wild beast!
That must be the case. This boy has the heart of a beast.
They threw him in jail, I guess. The adults all feared the boy and jeered at him. They imprisoned the boy, not knowing what else they could do. Little Apris.
I wonder why.
The boy spoke to himself in the dark jail cell.
All I wanted was to be friends.
Just as the others did not understand him, the boy did not understand a single person around him. This boy had the heart of a beast. The small wolf in the jail cell. That was what he was called. That rumor spread instantly, further solidifying a solitary life for the boy in the cell. At times he would see birds through the bars of the cell and yearn for the same. He sought freedom where he could fly the skies. Well, he got his wish eventually. Had to die to get it, but he did get it. How much time had passed since then? The boy was taken out of the cell and into a tower in the middle of the forest. He was told to live there from now on. Aria? Ashen Witch.
So you are the small wolf.
There was a woman at the tower, a tall woman with a hawk on her shoulder.
Who are you?
I am the Ashen Witch. That is what people call me.
A witch?
Her eye turned red as he watched. A crimson eye, just like the legend said.
You exist?
I was asked to expel the beast inside of you.
From that day forth, the boy lived with the witch. The witch said she would chase out the beast inside him, but she never did anything out of the ordinary. All she did was speak to him.
I have been traveling all around the world, and in my travels I met Ashen Hawk.
The hawk on her shoulder flapped its wings in response. Okay. Ashen Hawk. That was apparently the hawk's name.
It was a long time ago, but I tended to its injuries, and it has stayed with me ever since. It thinks my shoulder is its perch.
The hawk flapped its wings slightly harder. Hugh, are you a hawk? Like a literal hawk now? The witch grew clematis flowers. Oh, really? While she tended to the flowers, the hawk flew freely in the sky. The witch also wrote picture books. Oh, really? The hawk would perch on the witch's shoulder to doze while the witch went about her writing. The witch wrote many different stories, happy stories as well as sad ones. But in every story, there were always butterflies. All of the witch's picture books revolved around butterflies.
Butterflies are vessels for souls.
That was how the witch answered when the boy asked why.
I also have a child, though I haven't seen her since she was born.
Is Ashen Witch our grandmother? Must be. Because if she's about Apris's age, then that would mean Arya is Ashen Witch's daughter? My poor brain. Okay. Continue, Grandma.
She is about your age.
The witch smiled slightly. That was not the smile of a formidable witch, but that of a mother.
I want to write stories for her. No, for all children. They can be tragedies or comedies, but they will all become sustenance for their souls to grow strong.
The boy lived with the witch. He tended the flowers with the witch. He watched the hawk fly from the witch's shoulder. And the boy read the stories written by the witch. The boy enjoyed that life and yearned for it. He yearned for a way of life like that of the witch and the hawk, bound by nothing. That day, something happened for the first time. The hawk stopped on the boy's shoulder while he tended to the flowers. Not on the witch's, but on the boy's. What the boy did next was something that no one could understand. You killed the hawk, didn't you? Simply on impulse, the boy strangled the hawk with all his might. Did you kill Hugh twice? Or was the other kid not related to the hawk? Hearing the hawk flap its wings loudly, the witch, who had been working far away, ran toward them. She slapped the boy as hard as she could, enough to knock him onto the ground. That's the least you should do. From the shock, the boy let go of the hawk. However, it was too late. The hawk would never cry or flap its wings anymore. Never would it fly the skies again. For it had lost its life. Ah! The boy didn't understand what he just did. He yearned to be like the hawk. He desired the freedom that the bird had. But he has taken away the hawk's freedom for all of eternity. The witch said nothing. She didn't concern herself with the boy. She gave an offering of flowers on the corpse of the hawk and gently laid her hand on it. The witch mumbled something, and her fingertips began to gather light. White and black light gathered and intertwined. They soon took the shape of a butterfly, and it flapped its wings. It left the witch's hand and flew away to the sky and beyond. That almost looks like the sky from the first game. Unless I'm mistaken.
Its soul will come across ours again someday. That is how it is with souls.
Enthralled by that fantastical sight, he came back to his senses with her words. He finally felt the heat on his cheek where he was hit. And he cried. He did not cry out of pain. He felt a suffocating feeling in his heart when he thought of the hawk and the butterfly. Loneliness and regret sprouted from the boy's heart.
This is where we part ways.
Huh? The boy was confused at the sudden farewell.
Why? Because I killed Ashen Hawk?
That's part of it, but not everything. I must now go to another world.
Another world?
It's unfortunate I cannot see to your story's end.
The person he respected would go away. It was a sad thing, but the boy had no way of stopping it. If he stopped it, she would not have her freedom anymore.
As a gift, I'll let you have this.
What's this?
The witch took out what resembled a large, beautiful ornament decorated with 4 jewels. So she gave Apris the Kaleidovia.
It's called the Kaleidovia. Your bestial heart is held inside of it.
Oh. Why did you think that was a good idea? Why'd you leave it here? Ashen Witch, I have questions for you. This all seems like a terrible plan. Doesn't that mean, like, everything that happens from now is Apris's fault? Well, kind of Apris's fault. I mean, Ashen Witch should not have put that in there and then given it. Because then... Or at least Apris should not have been stupid and turned those jewels into jewelry and gave it to the kids, and they all got messed up from it. Especially his kids. Dang it, Apris! Oh, what a mess. Okay.
My heart.
This is the symbol of your soul and the proof of friendship. You will make friends in the future. You may also fall in love. You must love everything.
Love everything.
Yes, the painful things as well as the fun things. You will create your own story. That is how the path will connect. May the flowers that bloom in all of your hearts be blessed.
The witch disappeared before the end of the day. The boy also left the tower that was now deserted. And they're like, hey, you're the heir now.
It's like you've been exorcised!
You've come back with the heart of a human.
Now you can become the heir without any problem. Our clan will be set. Yay. The people in this town are cray-cray, man. Just like... I don't understand them. After returning to the town, that was what the adults all said. His violent nature from before was long gone. He could now live among other people. The boy was able to blend in with the rest of the town. It is as if the past was nothing but a dream. No. If any part of it was a dream... After living in peace in the town for a while, the boy headed to the tower in the forest. Looking up at the tower from far away, he wondered.
This one is much more like a dream.
The days he spent with the witch and the hawk, the world he yearned for was no longer. But it had to be a fact that it existed. The Kaleidovia he held in his hands was proof of that. He heard footsteps from behind and turned around. There was another child there, a boy about his age. Upon looking at him, he was reminded of the hawk. The boy had a sharp gaze like that of a hawk and stared at him. No words were exchanged. Remembering what he did to the hawk, the boy felt a shiver down his spine. Right when he felt the impulse to run away from there.
You will make friends in the future. You may also fall in love. You must love everything.
The witch's words came into the boy's mind. The boy was once feared as the small wolf, but the words of the witch gave him courage.
What's your name?
Olga.
I'm... Apris. Say, Olga. Will you... be my friend?
Wow. Okay. Lot to unpack there. Where the hell did Grandma get off to? have so many questions. I mean, it's possible the kid that Apris killed, its soul came back around to become the hawk that also just happened to be killed by the same person. So, but the way Hugh has talked, it sounded like he was working for our mom, but that sounds like he was working with grandma. And he's like, I kidnapped her daughter, but I just don't. I don't know. Look, all that matters is that mom and dad are back together. That's all that really matters. Okay. Well, with that, let's get this Traveler's End on the road then, guys. I will bring you in when I'm in position. Okay, I've got myself in position. We're at the beginning of chapter 3. According to my walkthrough, you have to read both Stranger short episodes with Hugh. And then you will get a new choice with the old man here in chapter 3. And I was skipping along and I'm like, oh, there it is. So I flash back a little bit so we have some lead up to the choice. And then we'll go from there, guys. So let's begin.
You seem to be in trouble.
Huh? Whoa! I didn't notice that someone had sat down next to me.
Oh, excuse me. Did I surprise you?
Not at all. You're... It's the old peddler. As always, his face looked so much younger than he actually was. And because he sat to my left this time, I could clearly see the clematis-shaped birthmark on the back of his right hand. I'm sorry. I didn't notice you at all.
Don't worry about it. It looked like something was bothering you.
I couldn't explain it, but when I talked to this old man... And there we go, this is where we get a split off, which is interesting. So instead of something felt off, I think that the something felt off leads us into the normal main story. So I want to pick, he seemed kinder than he did previously. Why was it that I felt closer to him than before?
It's nice to read a good story when there is something worrying you.
Story? Like a picture book?
Yes. Stories can sometimes speak the truth, and they can also allow you to forget the painful reality. Out of countless endings, you may be able to find the answer to your worries.
That would be nice if that were true, old man. This old man was confusing, but... Picture books, huh? I met someone who was looking for that recently. I remembered Ash briefly. Oh, now you remember Ash, Jed. Now you remember Ash. There he is. In his other outfit. He's not at the tavern today. My eyes met with the old man's as I glanced around the area. I had looked away mid-conversation and was feeling slightly awkward. He, of course, paid no attention to that and just smiled. I bowed and thanked him. Thank you. I'll read it sometime soon.
Yes. I hope you find the story that has a place in your heart.
I bowed again slightly and left.